Joeli Vidiri's funeral service is being held in Pukekohe on Friday. There were tears, laughter and smiles at Joeli Vidiri's funeral service at Navigation Home Stadium on Friday as the rugby legend was remembered on the field he lit up on so many occasions. Vidiri passed away in America 3 weeks ago, and the rugby community rallied to not only bring him home, but give him the send-off he so richly deserved. With mourners sitting on chairs on the hallowed turf and in the grandstand, the life of All Blacks number 973 was remembered and celebrated. Fittingly, Vidiri's coffin was carried onto the field to the sounds of "Give Me Hope Joanna" by Eddie Grant, a nod to the song that rearranged to "Give Me Hope Joeli" during his playing days. Asterisk friends aim to bring Joeli Vidiri home in US after getting COVID-19. Asterisk they are legends. Hurricanes captain Ardisavia dedicates Blues game to Twigamala Vidiri. Asterisk Blues and Hurricanes pay tribute to Viaga Twigamala and Joeli Vidiri. A framed county's jersey and a photo of Joeli was placed close to the coffin, while on it was a Blues and Pukekohe Rugby Club jersey. Vidiri's wife wasn't at the service, but watched the live stream from America, but his mother and other family members had made the trip over from Fiji. Eulogies came from his auntie, a former schoolmate at Queen Victoria School in Fiji. Brad McNaughton from the Pukekohe Rugby Club spoke next, and he remembered the impact Joeli made at the club when he came to New Zealand in 1994 at the age of 20. Shortly after Joeli arrived in Pukekohe, he was asked to complete a 100-metre sprint. He smashed the previous record, and everyone knew he was destined for greatness. Jonah Lomu and Joeli Vidiri were icons of county's Manukau rugby during the years they played together. McNaughton recounted the story of when Joeli signed his first Super Rugby contract. He was given a Flash Ford Falcon, which he was really proud of, remembered McNaughton. But there were just two little problems. One was that Joeli didn't have a driver's license, and the second was that he couldn't drive. So after plenty of joyrides around Pukekohe, the car was taken off him and parked up until Joe passed his driving test to become road legal. Dutcher, our local panel beater, told me he lost track of the number of vehicles he had to repair or replace for Joe over the years. "Joey, you were a lot better rugby player than you were a car driver." Before moving to America with his new wife, Joeli worked in the Mitre 10 store in Pukekohe and would regularly greet customers with his trademark smile. Joe was a huge part of the staff and family at Mitre 10 Megastore in Pukekohe, McNaughton said. That beaming smile, laugh of his and relaxed way with people made him very popular in the store. There would have been hundreds if not thousands of people over the years that would enter the store and be greeted by the big man, asking how they were and how he could help them. That was his spot, right at the front of the store, and he'd be the first person you'd see. Former Steelers captain Errol Brain was the next to speak and went through some of the memorable moments playing alongside him. Vidiri won countless games for counties over the years, scoring 56 tries in 71 games, but he told the story of a very cold night in Invercargill where the winger wasn't keen to play. "It was freezing, absolutely freezing," Brain said. "When we arrived, we made the decision to get to the ground about 50 minutes before kick-off, because it was that cold, we didn't want to hang around too long. We got off the bus and went into the changing room, and I can't remember if it was the manager or bus driver came up to me and said, 'We've got a problem. Joeli won't get off the bus.' So I walked back outside, jumped on the bus and walked down to Joey. He was sitting there with his county's tracksuit collar up to there and his beanie down, and you could only see his eyes. I said, 'What are you doing, Joey?' 'We've got a game to play.' He said, 'EB, it's too bloody cold.' I told him to harden up and get off the bus. 'This is crazy.' So he said, okay, he'd get off if he had to. Then he went out there and scored 3 tries. But after 60 minutes he walked off and said, 'I'm off.' That was it for him." Sir Michael Jones, when he spoke, said it was special to have this service at Navigation Home Stadium. "As I was sitting here, I had those visions of Joeli running 80 meters down this sideline, and at the same time I was thinking about our other dear brother Jonah Lomu, and it's great to see Nadine here with us. I have those wonderful visions of this man sprinting down the sidelines, then doing a chip kick and scoring, or either bamboozling the opposition with his power and pace. It was the perfect mix of magic and menace, and that wasn't just Joeli, but Jonah too. The last speech came from Joeli's son Timothy, who was joined on stage for support by his sister, Rachel. Dad did have a lot of nicknames, but often would call him Big Guy or Dada. There's a lot I could say about Dada, but I'll keep it short, Timothy said. Dad could light up any room with a smile. Dad really did love his community and the Pukekohe Rugby Club. He was his happiest when he had a rugby ball in his hand and was close to a rugby field. After prayers and Bible readings, the coffin was taken to his final place of rest, but not before an emotional and stirring haka performed by many of his former teammates and friends.